I gotta talk to you guys about this. I the original video I'm not gonna post because I'm now making basically an update video. I know I'm gonna forget some of the very important things I said in the first video, but it's okay. Um, but I made a video the other day. If you look under the community tab on my channel, you'll see that last post. That very same day I made a video and I was basically just testing some theories, and I proved majority of the theories, and I'll share a few of them with you. Um, it was basically that upload theory. It's like it's not beginner's luck. Um, Definitely not beginner's luck. Um, it's more of a beginner's deposit. That's how I feel it. Now, I'm not a beginner. I just haven't deposited on this account or platform in a very long time. And I just want to test the theory of, since I haven't done so, and since it seemed like in the past when I did, they will let me do good for the very first day or until I get to the $1,000 mark, and all of a sudden they just rip everything away. So I was like, okay, so let me go ahead, upload a very small amount and see how far I can run it up. And I stayed up as long as I can. The session was maybe like 11 hours straight. And I just stayed up because I knew if I stopped, I logged back on, um, they would bust my ass. And that's exactly what happened. Um, Now, this started happening once I hit the few $100 mark because, yes, I started with a very small amount. Now, when people tell me that, like, when we hear these stories where people tell me, oh, I uploaded $10 and I ran it up to 1,000, I believe them because I've done that on a few sites. Not a lot, but I've done that on a few sites, and it seemed like it followed the same pattern. It's either I didn't deposit money in a very long time, or I was actually a new or beginner to the site. And so yeah, I believe it, and I'll show you guys proof of what I did. But when I got to the few $100 mark, I started experiencing tons of issues, just like I did in poker, and how I talked to you guys about that and showed you guys on many different occasions. So it was like they were just, and it was right in the middle of hands. Like, so when I started playing the blackjack, I realized quite a few things that I could not do. I could not play one hand. If I played one hand, they always seem to get a blackjack, and they'll get multiple blackjacks in a row. So, and they'll just also, if it wasn't a blackjack, they'll just be kicking my ass or hitting 21s just magically. So I was like, okay, I have to pay two and three hands. I can't go more less than one. I can't. So that's what I did. I kept opening, closing hands, just trying to confuse the system. And the way I was playing, I could tell that the system was trying to learn how I play. It was trying to learn, hey, does this guy play by the book or does this guy not play by the book? And I was doing a bit of both, but I was also doing a bit of insanity on purpose. And what I mean by that is I was doing crazy things like hitting on bus cards. So if I have a 13, 14 showing against a deuce or a three, I hit. If I had anything like a 17, and I know it's going to sound crazy, but if I had anything over a 16, 17, and it's showing a bus card, yes, I hit. I was doing madness like that, and it was working perfectly. It could not figure out what I was going to do and when I was going to do it. I was also not splitting when I should, and then I was splitting when I shouldn't, and it was all working out. And I had this session. This session took about 11 hours because again, I knew if I fell asleep and I hopped back on, they were gonna bust my ass. There was no chance of me winning at all, and that's what I'm actually experiencing today. Today is many days later. Many days later. Today is actually the 22nd. Tomorrow's the 23rd. Yeah, so today's the 22nd of December. I had $20 not left on my account, but $20 worth of bonuses I had no idea I had. So I collected the bonuses and I decided to play. They beat my ass every single hand except for three. And those three were actually pushes. I'm talking about I'm getting 20s. And somehow they magically hitting blackjacks or getting 21s. I'm talking about 7 and 8 card 21s. 8 and 7 card 20s. Almost every hand they had was a 20 or a 21. Now I know in in brick and mortar blackjack that does happen, especially when it comes to the shuffle machines, which is very important. So I know that can happen in real life, but this was just on a whole nother level. Um, it's like it just completely blocked me from winning. It wasn't that it was trying to learn my patterns or learn how I play. It just didn't care. It was just gonna hit 20 or 21, and that's exactly what it was doing. Um, I'm getting 19s, they're pulling 20s. I'm getting 18s, they're pulling 19s and 20s. I'm getting 21, they're pushing on 21. I got 20 blackjack twice with, and I was playing only $1 a spot. And I was doing this between 1 and 3 hands because I just wanted to test the one hand. And yeah, they were doing it. Every time I pushed down to one hand, they hit blackjack. They hit blackjack, and that's today. So they completely blocked me from winning anything on this site. But let me show you when I was playing days ago. So I was trying to document it to the best of my ability, and I wasn't thinking about it. I was just more of trying to run the money up. When I was running it up, that's what my focus. But eventually, I was like, okay, no, I need to document this. So I started taking little screenshots, and as you can see, look, like once I got around $300, this is what I was getting. A network error. So I'll complete action in the first hand as we see here, but the second hand, I can't complete action. I can't complete action. But it'll make me leave the table when I come back on. The hand is over. And they've taken my money. Um Here's just hands. Like I'm constantly running it up. This is the balance now. This is probably a few hours later. But as you can see here, um things do start getting a little tricky. I mean, you got 420s on this table. Push, 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 push. Right? So I'm doing as you can see, I'm opening hands 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Here, I'm betting 270, 275 between three hands, 850 between three hands. And just constantly, and eventually this occurred. Now this screenshot occurred after I made my first withdrawal. So and I'm gonna show you guys. So this is actually what happened around this year on the 16th, which is just last week, I think. Yeah, last week or whatever. So I uploaded $80, which I wound up getting $79.98 to the account. I did it through Bitcoin. This is my first upload, besides a test upload I did a few months ago. But even before that test that I did a few months ago, before then I didn't deposit money on this account in years. I'm talking about over 5 years. I was just doing free rolls, running them up, withdrawing, and just playing out. But this is what took place. So it took me 2 days. So I was actually probably playing more than 11 hours that I'm thinking about it, because I was playing completely straight through. So it was. I gotta go back. I guess it was just more than 11 hours. But you see the deposit, $79, and on the 16th, that's when I take out $2,300. Now, the amount that I actually got to, my highest point was $2,800 and something. I did lose about $200 back. So when I withdrew this 2,300, I actually still had 300 and something left on the account. But as I stated, or actually I stated in the other video, sorry. Um, when I did finally just, I had to go to sleep and I knocked out. When I actually woke up and tried to play the next day, it was very difficult to win. Like I could barely win a hand. They were just beating my ass, beating my ass, beating my ass. And so I was like, you know what? I had enough. that they're not gonna let me win from this point. So I wound up withdrawing whatever the hundred and something else dollars that I had, and that was it. I put some on poker, but as you know, I mean, that's gonna be a lose, 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 bad beat. Which I do have screenshots of that and videos to post later about that. But as of today, on 12/20/22, I'm taught every hand that beat my ass. I went from $20 playing $1 a spot, playing 2 3 spots, and this I'm on. The only thing I have left is $1.50. Every single hand, they're hitting a 20, 21. 3 pushers, the rest just all losses. Losses, just loss, 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 loss. So my thing is, if you're looking to get into these online sites, I really suggest you do one deposit and run that shit up. Stay up as long as possible, run it up, cash out, and leave. That's the only way you're gonna do it. And that's one of the theories that I talked about many years ago, plenty of times on this site. They want you to feel that it's beginner's luck and it's not real. Beginner's luck is not real. It's just something they do to make you feel that you can do this every day and you can turn it into a career or a job. In reality, you can't, because they will let you win and then they will snatch everything away from you plus more if you allow them to. So believe a lot of those stories you hear and take notes. These people talk about they uploaded, they did so great, they ran it all the way up to a few thousand. And some people are smart enough to do withdraw. Some people aren't, and they'll continue to play it off. And this is not a diss to anybody, so let me take that back, because I don't want it to sound like a diss. It's not a diss, because I know these sites, they pull strings. We are human, and they just pull these strings, and they just know how to get to us. Because there's times people loaded $100, 500, ran it up to 5,000, 15,000, crazy amount, and then just give it all away. But in reality, they didn't just give it away, it was stolen right back from them.